Hello everyone, welcome to another Source Gaming discussion. I'm your host Tris, and I'm joined today by Epic Martin
Hello.
to discuss the fourth week of Smash Blog updates. So, I think it's safe to say this week was more interesting than last week's.
Yeah, definitely. I can tell you that.
We'll go through in order though. So, Monday started off Sonic Day, let's put it that way. So we got, the first thing was just today's fighter, Sonic the Hedgehog. Played Sonic's little trailer. I mean, it feels weird to me because, like, I always look at Smash now and, like, Sonic's just there. Like, I can't see him not being there anymore. So it feels obvious to me that Sonic's going to be in it. So even when he came up in the initial trailer for the game and they showed everything off, I'm like, oh, yeah, there's Sonic. Like, he's just another veteran to me. I kind of forget. I forget he's third party, admittedly.
Yeah, I feel the same way. Sonic kind of feels like a pseudo Nintendo character at this point. I mean, in not just Smash Brothers, but I mean in any like gaming, any gaming platform, etc. He feels like an extension of Nintendo at this point. He's been in so many crossovers with them,
Right.
that it just feels natural for him to be in Smash, and he has been the longest reigning third-party character in Smash Brothers history. So
Yeah.
that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think it's also nice that he doesn't get, I guess the best way to say is he doesn't get, like, super special treatment. Like, he's not a third party that's, like, behold the third party character of the game. Like, he returns and he's treated like the rest of the fighters. And it's nice, honestly. I don't know if I explained that super well, but I'm not sure if I can explain that any better than that.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like the Cloud or Ryu of Smash Brothers.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, he's definitely not, like, Snake level, but he's still... I mean, he's still a third party, but he blends in so well, it's just, like, hard not to expect him.
Right. So this does bring up his final smash, Supersonic, lets him fly around the stage at an incredible speed. I am actually happy they changed his final smash, like many others, to be more to the point. I don't. From what I gather from it, you don't actually control it anymore, right? You can't just like camp a certain spot and attack players as Supersonic anymore, right?
Right, exactly. It's pretty much automated, similar to like Dragon Ball Fighter Z's like finishing type moves and such. It's more like a conventional fighting game, and it's kind of funny how where the influences lie, because this game is being developed by Bandai Namco, and if you look at the recent fighting games Bandai Namco has put out, their finishing moves / final kills have been relatively quick and controlless almost.
That's
And
fair.
yup, and they're adding that into Smash Brothers, which is kind of neat. And I think it's really changing up the game into a better, quicker overall experience.
That's fair. That makes a lot of sense. And I mean, I think it balances out a lot of the final smashes as well, which is nice. What I like about Sonic's is now, because as he like zips across the screen in all these different directions, I mean, I think it emphasizes his speed better than the other one, because most people wouldn't even use it to go quickly around.
Yeah, definitely. It's if you also saw like some character like Pikachu's Final Smash, they operate very similarly to where you don't even have to press a button.
Yep.
Maybe direct the control stick, but that's it.
Yep. Alright,
So,
I think that's what much we can say for Sonic, so let's go on to the second post from the start of the week, which was about Knuckles, the assist trophy. So, it says, Knuckles attacks nearby fighters with his fist. He can also dig into the ground and then attack with an uppercut, so be careful. So it seems like he has a fair amount of variety of moves, of moving around. I think he does the homing attack. People have noted that he does the homing attack. He can kind of dig up from under you. So he has a decent set of moves there, which is interesting. But
he does have a interesting style when it comes to his assist trophy. I know, I'm gonna admit I saw some gameplay beforehand of the Project M development team's version of Knuckles, and of course that was a playable character. But in this case, Knuckles is an assist trophy, and they have very similar styles. I admit,
Interesting.
like Knuckles buries himself into the ground, and he does all sorts of echidna tactics, and I think that's a very interesting and conventional way of making an assist trophy.
Now, do you think this means anything for Shadow being removed as an assist trophy?
I think that maybe Sakurai could have added 2 Sonic assist trophies, but in my opinion, I think he would have shown Shadow a lot earlier if he was going to be an assist trophy. To me, I actually think there is some legitimacy to the speculation and that Shadow is an Echo Fighter. I think that is perfectly possible, and in the back of my mind, he could work well as an Echo Fighter. Just maybe like have him have a different running animation because he has the the skate shoes.
Yeah, the skates.
And they could change minor things up. So I could definitely see Shadow being an Echo Fighter. And plus, too, Sonic has been in the series for 3 games. People tend to forget about that. So at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if there was another Sonic rep.
I think that's completely fair. I would like to see it. I do feel like by adding in a different Sonic character as an assist trophy, it might mean something. Now, actually, the first screenshot they show of Knuckles, he's on Green Hill Zone. Remind me, in the earlier games, so in Brawl and in, I think it was Smash 3DS Green Hill Zone was in, that loop in the background, there were 3 characters that would run on it. Wasn't it Knuckles, Tails, and Silver?
Yes, it was.
Now, if Knuckles is an assist trophy, is he no longer in the background there, I wonder? Or...
that would be an interesting take, and they might replace him with someone else, I could see, but I don't know. I mean, they could ironically replace him with Shadow, but...
Oh my god, that'd be funny.
Just swap him out, but... No, I think this is kind of leading credence to other possibilities, with, Shadow having more of a chance, but I don't know who they could replace him with, but maybe Blaze the Cat or someone like that.
That's fair, yeah.
Or, Sonic Mania Plus is coming out, and they could replace him with Mighty, or...
That would be interesting.
It would be. So...
Right. Do you have more you want to say on Knuckles, or shall we move on to the next day?
No, that is pretty much it. I am rougher than Knuckles, in every case, so I want to...
Alright, then we'll move on to Tuesday, or Falco Day. So, start off with Falco's trailer, which I'll read. It says, number 20, Falco. He's a talented aerial fighter with amazing jumping ability, but Falco is a bit slower on the ground. His final smash is an all-out attack using an unorthodox formation of R-Wings. Alright, so, yeah, there's Falco. I'm glad he's still there. I'm glad they have all the Star Fox characters back. As I think Push and Nintendo just brought up last week, the blogs felt like, okay, yeah, characters that we already know a lot about, here they are.
I do want to say that if they bring back the ending movies, and they specifically have to do this for Roy, they have to bring back the scene from Smash 4 where Roy does his neutral B strike, and he turns Falco into fried chicken. They have to bring that back, or I will riot. They have to bring that back.
That was great. I can see the moment in Falco's trailer where he walks up to he eats the food and then he walks up to the chicken and then he activates his up special. I can, or maybe it was his taunt, but I can totally see that being in one of those little end sequence movies like that. I will say though, I do like the new Final Smash they gave to Fox and Falco. Of instead of the Landmaster, it's now more cinematic, more again to the point like everybody else of the R-Wings. But aside from the cinematic showing a different formation, does it? I wonder if it actually acts differently as a Final Smash. Is it more powerful? Will it send them in a different direction, or?
I believe in the direct, Sakurai said that it would have a more unruly kind of formation compared to Fox, and I don't know the specific details on the damage it'll cause, but it does sound like it will be minorly different.
I feel like that might mean the hitbox for activating it on certain fighters might be different than Fox's.
Possibly.
Maybe Fox uses it and an R-Wing flies in right in front of him, but maybe if Falco uses it, it flies in right behind him or something.
Now, have they shown Wolf's Final Smash at all?
I don't think so, but I presume it is going to be about the same, honestly. They said the Landmaster in general was retired, so I don't feel like he's going to also get the Landmaster. I feel like he'll also get something similar, but it might be a little different, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, it'll probably be an offshoot of Fox and Falco's Final Smash, I can imagine.
Alright, well, speaking of Falco still, the second post for that day was a memory about Falco, which was a Star Fox manga called Farewell Falco, which gives a Japanese link, and it is only in Japanese, so we can't exactly read it, but it is a little Star Fox manga about Falco, which is interesting.
Yeah, this is kind of my favorite part of Smash Brothers, because, you see, this is really the only game that pays attention to the very little minute details, and I think it's due to Sakurai as a person overall. He likes to pay attention to, like, every single reference he can, and this is just one of the references that I didn't know about, and I'm pretty sure a lot of other people didn't know about, and it's really cool kind of seeing a piece of history that never really made it outside of, you know, Japan, or so. I actually thought he would bring up the little shorts that they did for Star Fox Zero.
Oh yeah, like the little episode, yeah.
Yeah, but still, I was relatively surprised. But really cool reference.
You know, I feel like the way the Smash blog has been handling memories, and especially like this one, since this one seems, in my opinion, this might be the most obscure of the memories that they've done, where most people may not remember this one, of the Star Fox manga. It reminds me of what were they called in Smash? I think Masterpieces, where they gave you little demos of like old like the origins, so to say, of a lot of the different characters.
Yeah. Yeah, they could definitely do something like in Smash Ultimate, because if you think about it, right, Smash Ultimate is the 20th anniversary game, most likely. Yes. They haven't said anything specific, but the 20th anniversary sure as hell coming here soon. And that'd be cool if they had, like, scans of, like, obscure artwork and stuff like that. Because, I mean, if you look at a lot of collections, like, you know, Sonic Mega Collection or Kirby's Dream Collection, they have these, you know, menus where it shows, like, you know, old box art, or, you know, in this case, they could show obscure media like this. And I think that'd be really cool.
Yeah, like, I honestly would love to see something like that, or if it shows, like, concept art of the original character design, and then how they've progressed throughout the years, and just, like, little things showing, like, the true origins of characters, or just other little tidbits about them, more than just, hey, here's a 10-minute demo of their original game. Like, I think it'd be really interesting to see things like that, and that's essentially, like, taking the trophy descriptions of characters from, like, the various collectible trophies, and then expanding upon it, and I think that would be really neat.
Definitely.
So I hope these today's memories end up with more than just having to do with the Smash blog.
Definitely, yes.
All right. So let's move on to Wednesday, which technically was in U.S. time was Tuesday night, but it was posted on Wednesday in Japan, which was seems like it confirms most people's theories of. Around that time, so Tuesday night in US or Wednesday during the day in Japan, is when they add new songs to the website. They've been doing it each week, and this week was City Trial, which we have a note of. It appeared on the site in the music section several days before the blog actually posted it, but this was the only week they did that. So that's a little strange, but when it actually appeared on the blog, I mean, people freaked out. I mean, it's City Trial. That was from, you know, the big hit from the last Sakurai made Kirby game.
Yeah, definitely. It was one of those modes that directly inspired Smash Run, I believe.
Yep, exactly. Smash Run pulls a lot from City Trial.
Yeah, definitely. And you know, I know a lot of people were kind of hoping for like a Kirby Air Ride stage because of this. But we'll still have to wait and see, you know?
Yeah, it's tricky because I would love to see a City Trial stage. However, I also would personally instead like to see more maps for a Smash Run mode and have a reference to City Trial be one of them. Like maps made exclusively for Smash Run.
It would be really interesting. There's so much they could improve on with Smash Run, and even Sakurai wanted to do more than the 3DS limitation will allow him to do, so he could definitely improve upon it quite a lot on the Switch, especially with the HD visuals.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, no, the music itself is pretty good, as standard from it, standard Smash Brothers remix.
This just makes me excited for every Wednesday blog post, because more music every week is going to be pretty nice.
And you know, those people who mod it into Smash 4 kind of making some sort of Inception almost.
Alright. Well, the next update for Wednesday was Kong Falls, which I believe is a name change from its Melee appearance. Or Congo Falls. It was Congo Falls, excuse me. But that's still, I believe that's a different name than it was in Melee?
Yes, it was. They are changing stage. It's really interesting because they're changing stages' names up.
Mm-hmm.
That had similar names in other games. So like, I believe the Mario Kart course from Brawl is having a different name this time around compared to Mario Circuit from Smash 4. While in Smash 4 it was known as Mario Circuit Brawl. So.
Yep, I do believe they changed. I believe if you see the signs in the back of the course, they changed it. Instead of saying Mario Circuit, it just says Mario Kart. So I think that one might just be called Mario Kart, while Mario Circuit from Mario Kart 8, and therefore also Smash 4, will probably just retain the Mario Circuit name.
Now, it kind of brings up some interesting points because basically in this past Famitsu column, Sakurai confirmed that not every stage is going to return, obviously. We've already had 80 stages confirmed already, so what more do you people want? But,
right.
But basically, like, I think it kind of leads credence to, or at least the name change leads credence to, they're not afraid of, say, like, taking Mushroom Kingdom 64 and bringing that back alongside Mushroom Kingdom from Melee.
Right. That's fair.
So I think that this does, even if Sakurai wants you to believe something else, I do think this leads credence to more stages, more retro stages appearing from the 64 version and Melee as well.
Mm-hmm. I can see majority of stages coming back, but not all of them.
No, I don't. I think when they mean that every stage isn't coming back, I think they mean every single Battlefield variation, every single Final Destination variation, Miiverse because that's dead. You know, basically stages that are kind of meaningless.
Yeah.
Almost.
It would be nice if it comes out, because I believe during way back before Smash 3DS and Wii U ever fully released, during I believe one of the directs for it, they said most stages would have an Omega form, but it ended up being every stage has an Omega form. So things like, I hope it's just something like that, where they're saying not every stage will come back, but in reality it's, you know, every non-generic stage will come back. But we'll see.
Yes.
Specifically about Congo, what was it originally called? Because now it's Congo Falls, but the Melee Donkey Kong stage.
I believe it was called Congo Jungle.
Congo Jungle, that might be what it was.
I believe.
I have to say, I loved this. I loved this stage in Melee, and I think it looks really great now. And the one thing I've heard is, as soon as the stage got revealed, people were really excited, and then hours later, they were upset that it contains the same not full complete version of the DK rap. So people were upset about that.
So yeah, it was called Congo Jungle in Melee.
Okay.
You know, or ironically too, I believe that was the same game that misspelled Congo Jungle for the 64 version and had it with a C instead of a K.
Interesting.
So, from what I remember, I'll have to look that up, but yeah, that's why they're changing it. As for the stage itself, I think it was a really good stage in Melee. It had definitely a unique layout. I love the fact that it improved upon the Congo Jungle from the 64 game. And of course the DK rap is legendary, so you can't bring the stage back without bringing, you know, this DK rap back. But of course it's too bad, like you said, that they didn't complete the DK rap.
Yeah, maybe we'll get a new remix of that. Who knows?
Who knows?
Right.
Yeah.
Alright, so let's move on to Thursday, right? Yeah, Thursday. So that started off with Young Link. So the post says, he's back after 17 years. Young Link is faster than Link, but he's also lighter, making him easier to launch. I'm personally really happy to see Young Link back. I know Nintendex is really happy to see Young Link back.
You know, I'm very indifferent to Young Link. I think it's, I mean, personally for me, I think it's always good to have good, additional play styles for any game, really. So to me, that's just kind of the icing on the cake,
That's
I've
right.
always, if I was gonna, I do slightly play Link, but if I'm gonna play Link, I'm gonna play the OG one.
Right.
Because I love the fall speed of the original Link. So.
I'm definitely gonna love experimenting with the differences between Link, Toon Link, and Young Link. I'm personally a Toon Link main myself, but Young Link was my main in Melee, actually. So I'm actually really looking forward to figuring out the differences between them, and because you can already kind of see them a bit, like the jabs are different, for example, and Young Link brought back his fire arrows from Melee, so there's definitely fun differences that are going to be happening there. But I do wonder which Link is lightest and fastest between Young Link and Toon Link. We already know they're both lighter and faster than normal Link.
Yeah, definitely. Link, I mean, I don't know his stats in Melee, because I played Melee when I was younger, but that was, way back. So,
Right.
But, yeah, it's definitely interesting this time around how they're going to change him up, because they didn't really say how they were going to change him up that much.
I also, especially, with, what changes they could bring, I mean, I personally think, because we know Young Link probably has the hookshot still. We know Toon Link still has it, so the two of them still have their tether grabs, unlike Link, because normal Link lost it because Breath of the Wild Link doesn't have that. So I do feel like Young Link might appeal to the people who like Link's moveset in the previous games before it got changed. More so than Toon Link, but we'll see.
Yeah, I agree. But
Anyways,
wait, go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm also curious to what they made as Final Smash. I hope it's not another Triforce Slash, but we'll see.
Well, honestly, they could just copy and paste the original Link's Final Smash to Young Link, because the new Link has the ancient arrows from Breath of the Wild. So.
Yeah, they could.
But who knows?
What was the other thing you were going to say, though?
I was going to talk about the other thing they were talking about with Ocarina of Time, with the memory. I thought it was pretty interesting, because that fact I actually didn't know. So I never really, I mean, I played a little bit of Ocarina of Time, but I've never really finished it. So, kind of, looking at everything, it's kind of cool looking at the details of the instruction manual and everything.
Yeah.
It's general Nintendo history. It's not just Smash Brothers, which is kind of cool.
But yeah, to read out what it says, so for today's memory for Young Link, it says, here are the things that were included in the 1998 release of The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time. Do you remember that you could use the stickers on the back for the game's melodies? I love that fact, though, that you got a whole sticker set for the controls for the Ocarina, and then you could place them to kind of help you remember the different tunes, because there was no... I believe in-game you could go into the menu and look at it, but you couldn't, play it from that, like you could in the 3DS release. You had to, look at it, memorize it, and then go back out and do it. But if you put it in your instruction manual like this, you can see it right away, and it's just actually really cool to me.
Yeah, it kind of reminds me of the detail from, Star Tropics, I believe, where you had the NES box. You had the NES box, and then you had, this little paper in it that was supposedly a letter, and then you could interact with the manual with the game, because the game would tell you dip it in water or something. You dip it in, a code would come out, and there you go. And then lazily on the Wii Virtual Console, they did that through the digital manual.
Oh, that's kind of funny. Some games that actually see, it's tough now because most games don't come with a manual now. Sometimes they'll get digital manuals, but typically it'll just be this really bleak block of text. But some games put actually a lot of like charm into their manuals as well. Like what was it? Paper Mario Color Splash actually had a lot of charm in its digital manual and like little secrets you can find throughout it.
Yeah, a lot of late Wii U games tended to have like very interactive digital manuals, which is pretty cool. Like, kind of unfortunate that the Switch doesn't have that.
Yeah, it's unfortunate. Alright, so let's move on to the last post from Thursday, which I'm confused as to why it was not just posted on Tuesday, and that is the Crystal Assist Trophy. So this says, in addition to attacking with her staff, Crystal also uses Ice Blast to freeze fighters. Don't underestimate her. So, I guess there goes people's dreams of a Crystal as a Star Fox newcomer.
At least she's in the game, though. You know.
Yeah. Honestly, I think it's pretty neat, though.
It is. I mean, it's kind of a similar situation to Bomberman, I think. You know, because highly requested character, but probably wasn't like super highly requested like Ridley or hell even Inkling.
It was probably requested enough where they noticed that people wanted her, but not enough that they wanted to go through and fully make a moveset for her, or make a clone moveset with how many Star Fox characters have a very similar moveset. But I think this is actually really interesting, and I do love how assist trophies get more and more like cameo characters and special characters added to them. Because I think assist trophy characters are honestly a big deal to what Smash is supposed to be. Competitively, no one's gonna see them, but in what Smash is supposed to be, with its honestly just a celebration of video games, I love all the little references and the detail they give to the assist trophies as well. So
what you forget too, that Smash Brothers as well is a game that you can play how you want.
Yep, exactly.
And literally, I go back to Smash 4 all the time, and I see stuff that I've never seen before either. So still to this day, like the game still kind of amazes me.
That's fair. I completely understand that though. I will say though, with even more assist trophies being added, first of all I wonder how many are being removed, because like Isaac from Brawl to Smash 4, not all of them may come back. But right. I am also curious if there's going to be enough of them where, do you think they would ever add a kind of like how they have like item toggles, if they would add specific assist trophy toggles?
I don't know. I mean, considering this Smash Bros. Game is built on heavy options, I could see that. But they've never really done that, so I'm probably going to say no on that one.
That's fair. I'm just wondering if there's starting to be enough for them that they could warrant doing that. Like, if people think that Nintendog and Andros are just way too annoying assist trophies, but they want all the ones that you could potentially KO, I don't know, then they could. It's just something I think they can make interesting.
To me, I think that if there are going to be a lot of options in a game, it might overwhelm the player. Because
that's also fair, yes.
Because Sakurai wants to find that balance where the casual user can go in and play how they want, but the competitive players can play how they want. And they don't want both sides of the aisle getting one side of the advantage. Now, of course, you can't really prevent that. That's always going to happen.
Right.
But basically, if you try to alienate one side, like kind of what happens to Melee, that barrier of entry is going to lower. I think with tons of options, that the friendliness of the UI in the game might look too cluttered. Kind of. So, it might seem like it's overbearing and all of that. So, I think it's good to give options that are going to help everyone. And while assist trophies might help everyone, they're not super needed compared to like stage hazard toggles and
that's
the battlefield forms, because they give more options to everyone. So that's just my take on it. Martin's gospel for the day.
That's completely fair. I don't know. Either way, just a small point of, I hope people that want like certain characters to get in, I hope they're at least satisfied seeing the character they want get in as an assist trophy, because that's still a big deal, I would say. It still means they were considered, it means they were brought in some form, and they're still being celebrated with everybody else in some form. And definitely. Yes, this technically also means you could still beat them up if you don't like them either. For the most part. Alright. let's move on to Friday. So today's fighter, with numbers 33 to 35, is Pokemon Trainer. So the trainer returns with Squirtle, Ivysaur, and Charizard. That's actually something I really like, that they added not just Red, but also, what's her name? Leaf? I think? I don't know her name. But the other trainer from...
Oh, I don't play Pokemon, so
you don't play Pokemon?
I have no
fair.
clue either. All I know is Red. That's it.
That's fair. Well, I like the fact that they added the female trainer from the original like Fire Red, Leaf Green, and the original Red, Blue, and Green Pokemon. I think it's really nice to see her. I like the fact that her default has the shiny versions of the Pokemon. I think that's actually a pretty neat detail.
Oh yeah, definitely. Sakurai always loves to put details, and I mean, hell, even the rest of the staff does details and costumes. I mean, I think Lucas's most of his alts were made by someone else on the staff, so you know,
fair.
there's a lot of free reign with these alts, and I think it's pretty cool how much detail they put into them.
Yeah, I think it's I think also just I'm personally really happy to see Pokemon Trainer back, though I do understand people being upset that it changes like Charizard's moveset again, technically, because now they're back as a transformation fighter.
Rest in peace, Rock Smash. We hardly knew you. That was the only cut from this game, Rock Smash.
Basically. And Charlotte Princess forms.
That is true. That is true. But like I said, if you thought everyone was back, you'd be wrong. But anyways, I mean, I can understand because Charizard doesn't feel whole.
Yeah.
But at least they don't have the stupid HP mechanic.
That's fair.
Yes, at least they make it seem intuitive.
Yeah.
They make things intuitive and they make things fast. I mean, did you see those animations swapping out?
Yeah, they're really fast, and you can do it in the air now too. So swapping out's really convenient now, and you could definitely, if you play the Pokemon Trainer and not just one of the Pokemon, you can really change things up a lot throughout a battle, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. It's really, really interesting how they streamlined it, and I'm glad they did. So it makes it seem like all three of them are their own characters now, just in one slot, which is still maddening, but hey, whatever.
Alright, and then the final memory for this week was also for Pokemon Trainer. So it says, this is the transfer pack that was included in the 1998 Pokemon Stadium for the N64. I wonder if there are a lot of people who used the pack to play the Pokemon Game Boy games with their friends on the big screen.
Now, I have an interesting little tidbit on this, because contrary to popular belief, the transfer pack, when you put in the games, it did not play off the cartridge directly. On the actual game cartridge for Pokemon Stadium, they literally just dumped ROMs of the game and put them in an emulator on the cartridge for the N64, and then when you plugged in the cartridge, it just verified both of them and said, alright, you're just gonna unlock it now. Like,
wow, that's actually interesting. Well,
Yeah.
would it not do save data then? I actually don't know much about
I believe
the transfer pack.
I believe it does save the save data to the cartridge itself. Yes.
Okay.
Now the funny part is, you can actually hack the Pokemon Stadium to force other realms onto there, but I've been told that it's a mess. Some games run, and some games you just get the worst screen of death. Like,
Oh man, that's funny.
so, still kind of interesting.
No, but I think overall, I think this was a much more interesting week than last week's in terms of the Smash blog, though.
Yeah, definitely. I heard last week was kind of boring.
Yeah, there was nothing like super exciting brought up last week, and it was more like this week we got Pokemon Trainer and Young Link. Like, we got interesting fighters. We got 2 new assist trophies in here. Last week was more so about things everybody already knew about, I think. So it's not really, it wasn't a big deal, but I think this week was a lot more interesting, and I'm actually interested in like this whole thing of the transfer pack and what we already went over, like the changes to stages, the new assist trophies, things like that. The other
now,
memories.
question towards you. Do you think that I mean, there's been a lot of speculation this month. Do you think we'll get some more Smash info? I mean, I'm not talking about blog posts and stuff. You know, that's going to continuously go on. Do you think we'll get something like big, maybe like an Echo Fighter reveal, or hell, maybe like a mini direct this month?
I don't know about any kind of directs, but I can see them adding Echo Fighters and also like other new things like assist trophies and stages through the blog specifically. Like, as a big deal at, like, the start of the week or the end of the week. Like, here's something new, and then they post it, and it has a little more detail than usual. Maybe a little video to go with it. But, I can see them doing that only for Echo Fighters. Big other, like, actual newcomers that play differently and everything, I think they would save for bigger events.
Yeah, I can understand that. I think that, Echo Fighters seem like the nice balance to where it's not going to be too exciting, but it's still going to be exciting for some people. Yeah. So you can just throw them on the website. Or, and this was my idea, I think Nintendo should definitely take advantage of this. Tournaments are growing in popularity due to the recent Smash hype.
Right.
And I believe that for Nintendo-sponsored tournaments, I think Nintendo should throw them a bone and have them maybe reveal Echo Fighters.
Ooh. There. Ooh. That would be really interesting.
Well, because it would provide a nice balance, because when you think about it, if they say, okay, we're going to reveal this massive fighter everyone wanted, no one's really going to be paying attention to the tournament, you know, because there's not a lot of, you know, I mean, casual people aren't going to be paying attention to the tournament, but if you do, like, an Echo Fighter, it's going to be simultaneously uploaded on the website, and people are still going to see it either way.
Yep. And so, as you would also mention, Echo Fighters aren't something super major as like a new fighter. Like obviously, like Daisy got people hyped. Let me stress out, Daisy got people really hyped. I think that's why she was at E3. I think that's why she was the first like official new Echo Fighter revealed. But I do think Echo Fighters typically would be something they would do like in like the weekly blog post or something, but not super often. But they would do those and then save bigger characters with like actual new movesets and everything for the bigger events.
Yeah, I just want to remind people that no, Waluigi is not going to be a Bayonetta clone and be revealed at tournaments. I'm telling you right now, if you get your hopes up, I swear to God, Reggie's going to break in your home at 3 a.m.
Oh man,
he's going to do some things. Just saying. Don't think that. No.
Well, do you have anything else you want to mention about the Smash blog updates for this week, or in general?
I tell you the truth, my favorite part of these blogs, honestly, and you said it before, is the music. Like, definitely looking forward to what music they add.
Yep, because that's something new every week.
That is something new, and it's something my ears can be pleased with.
Yep.
So.
I've definitely been... I have a little playlist of each one, and each week I just get excited to add another one into that.
Definitely.
Right. Well, I think that about wraps up this discussion. So, thank you all for listening. If you liked this, let us know in the comments or leave a like. We'd like to thank all of our patrons, in particular our super patron, the Duke of Dorks. You can find our social media in the description, and if you want to keep up with the Smash Ball translations, make sure to follow the Source Gaming Twitter. And with that, always remember to return to the source.
Bye.